Man, oh man, things are heating up with Russia and the Ukraine conflict, and the United States is right in the middle of it. All right, so I've been posting about this for a few years now as to what's been going on with Ukraine and Russia. Right, so they basically like first cousins, man. Ukraine was a part of Russia at first, but then they broke off after the Soviet Union broke up in 1991. They voted to leave them out, and so since then it's a big part of land over there. And now what's happening is NATO, right? NATO is like that consists of the United States and a few other countries. Um, they actually have been influencing, if you listen to President Putin, they've actually been influencing Ukraine, and right? And Russia don't want NATO to get too mushy with Ukraine because Russia doesn't trust NATO, right? Because those people are not his allies, just like the United States aren't, right? So what's happening is they're getting too chummy with Ukraine. Ukraine is starting to be rebellious. So now Putin, he's coming in with a hammer, trying to lock it down, man. So he's moving the troops out and he's trying to take over his area, right? United States been having a lot of issues with Russia, even when Trump was in president. You know, they said they had got involved in the presidential elections, the campaigns and everything. There's a few other things they was supposed to be spying on with different businesses and stuff like that. So that caused the United States to sanction Russia a while ago, right? What does sanction mean? Sanction means to cut off their water in our terms, cut off their supply, right? So the United States is the world's dollar. I mean, we are the boss. Like we control the money, right? We them guys. So when they trade abroad, they have to use our currency. They have to use our dollars. And the way they do this is by using the SWIFT system. SWIFT system helps them do the transaction to keep the rates the same internationally with banks, right? So if you cut somebody off the SWIFT system, that's cutting them off a big portion of their money supply. And Russia is the third largest oil reserve in the world, right? So this is how you see prices being affected here in the United States. California is ridiculous right now. You come to gas prices, they over $5, in some areas $6 for a gallon of gas, right? So this shows how this conflict is affecting the Americans, right? So with gas prices going up, oil going up, because Russia has a main oil supply, and I don't know how Europe is going to be allies with the United States, and if the United States was to go against Russia, Europe would be in trouble because 40% of their oil is being supplied from Russia. So how can you bite the hand that feeds you? That's going to be an interesting thing to see. Right now, Biden did not say that he was cutting them off from the SWIFT system yet, but a lot of countries are kind of hesitant on cutting them off because they know how big Russia is when it comes to international money supply, and that can hurt a lot of different businesses, right? So like I said, war's not good, man. So, but what we're seeing right here, we're seeing a lot of things that we can note, man. Like it's showing the resilience of cryptocurrency. Like just like in Canada where they had the protests going on, right? These truckers are getting paid millions of dollars from people that support the cause. Due to the vaccine mandates and everything taking place, the truckers have had enough, so they boycotting that. So what they're getting paid from is cryptocurrency. Yes, the Canadian government tried to cut off cryptocurrency, but he's finding out the hard way that you can't do it. You can't do it. They don't control it, so they can't cut it off, right? Same thing going on right now with Ukraine and Russia. And Ukraine, these guys, these civilians in Ukraine are getting paid in crypto. It just hit a record high, $4.1 trillion. They just had transferred in crypto. Somebody just dropped like 3 mil recently. So this just goes to show you how resilient cryptocurrency is, especially in hard times when government try to control it, whether it's for the good of them or for the bad of them. Like they have the control of it. It's by the people for the people, right? So this right here is just proof on how critical it can be to be invested in cryptocurrency. All right. So now with the SWIFT system, you know, they cut off Iran before. That's one of the main things the United States uses the SWIFT system for, right? And it just cuts off that country's money supply, man. So if you go to war and your money get cut off, you know, them bullets cost, them bombs cost, that oil fuel costs. You know, war is just a whole costly thing. We're not even going to talk about the actual people. You know what I mean? Right now, Biden says he's not sending any United States troops over there. He's not getting involved, but they are sending like supplies to help him out and stuff like that. You know, hopefully he keeps that same energy, because I got a first cousin that just got sent over there. You know, she's one of my favorite cousins too. So, you know, hopefully the United States doesn't get involved and this thing gets resolved quick. But I want to make this video just to go over what's been going on with Russia and the United States. And another thing too that I was telling people about is that Russia has been dumping the United States dollar, and that's big. And I told people it's gonna be problems. Like last time, Muammar Gaddafi cut off the United States or tried to back his government or his currency with his local resources. You know, he was decapitated, head cut off. Now you have Putin, who was dumping the U.S. dollar. You know, Putin now has more gold than he has U.S. dollars. Like they just dumped like 186, and their fund, right? In Russia's fund, they had like 186 billion in U.S. dollars. They dumped that, right? This been going on for like the last 2 years. So I told people like United States don't like when you dump their cash because it has to come back home, and that's gonna raise our inflation up even more. We've been getting away with it for years, exporting our inflation to different countries, right? Our dollar is worthless. It doesn't mean it does not backed by anything, and it's just an IOU from our government. So Russia is one of the first countries to dump the U.S. dollar, and as you can see, with these tensions brewing, I can see the United States getting involved because, you know, they're already pissed off at what they're doing financially. Look how everything works financially. Google Pay and Apple Pay are cut off right now in the United States. This is what happens when you do sanctions. Look what they do when they go to war. They cut off the money supply. If you have no money, you're not gonna have the finances to go to war with. So those people who bank at with Russia and using Apple Pay and Google Pay, they're no longer able to use it right now due to the tension that's going on because the United States implemented sanctions that cuts them off from their money supply, right? So look at this and look how important money is when it comes to war and things like this. If you follow the money, it'll show you everything, right? What this is showing us is how important money is and what they do in times of war, right? Right now, this war is costing us right now, gas is $100 a barrel. It hit 105 yesterday, and like I said, prices are going through the roof. So all these things are taking place with this conflict with Russia and Ukraine. Hopefully they get it together soon. But I just wanted to connect the dots with you guys. I wanted to show you all the importance of money. I just want to show you all the power of cryptocurrency. I want to show you all what happens. What's the reason why Russia upset with Ukraine and why they invaded Ukraine? Like I said, they first cousins, man. That's really family business. They should have their own problems. You know, I know we try to please the world and everything, but they was already a part of the Soviet Union before in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? They dismantled. They left from them in 1991. So, you know, hopefully this thing resolves itself without as much bloodshed. But yeah, this is your organic money. Continue to follow the money, man. Peace.